So guys, the heavy metal PvP mode has returned to Destiny 2 for this week, and there are a couple new additions and some changes that you're definitely going to want to take note of before you jump in. First things first, you're going to want to head over to Shaxx in the tower to pick up the intro questline, just to get that done and out of the way. In terms of the quest steps, your first one is just going to be tasking you with completing a match of the brand new PvP mode. Now, this can be done via two different ways. You can either access the mode via the tower, which I do not recommend you do, because if you do it this way, you're only going to be getting blue rarity items as your rewards, which is terrible. But if you access it via the portal, you'll actually get some tiered loot as well as the brand new weapons on offer. So after you complete your first match, you'll then be wanting to complete a challenge for this event, which can be accessed via the event home, which can be found in the portal. Complete the challenge, then you'll be asked to re-roll that completed challenge, basically telling you how you can re-roll daily challenges to get even more of them, and then you'll be tasked with returning to Shaxx, and that quest is basically done. So how the event actually works is you're just going to be playing the heavy metal PvP mode and getting the two new weapon drops as rewards. Now, I have heard that you can get tier 5 versions of these weapons, so let's now just talk about what roles you should be looking out for on these things, because they are pretty darn decent. First off, we have the brand new rapid fire slug stasis shotgun, the Terrainus, which I'm probably mispronouncing here, but in the first column it can get lead from gold, rhyme stealer, proximity power, rapid hit, killing wind, and transcendent moment, alongside headstone, precision instrument, chill clip, swashbuckler, binary orbit, and encore. Now, me personally, I'm going to be looking for a rapid hit and chill clip roll, which is going to be pretty decent, or rapid hit headstone if you prefer headstone for some reason. Alongside that, in the first column, lead from gold is also going to be a pretty darn good perk choice, and if you want to go full on stasis, you have rhyme stealer there as well. But if you want to go full on damage, then rapid hit precision instrument is what I'm going to recommend. But if you're able to get those higher tiers, like those tier 4s or tier 5s, keep an eye out for the double perk drops that you can get on these weapons, because you might end up with a god roll of precision instrument rapid hit, as well as lead from gold and chill clip, for example, which would be a very, very nice roll to keep. Moving on, we then have the brand new sword, the Synanceia, which I'm probably mispronouncing again. In the first column, it can get proximity power, relentless strikes, attrition orbs, assassin's blade, sharp harvest, and wellspring, followed by surrounded, burning ambition, binary orbit, elemental honing, eager edge, and chain reaction. Now, immediately, relentless strikes, eager edge is going to be the role that I recommend you guys go and get, especially if you do not own an Eager Edge sword at the moment. This is the first Eager Edge sword being released post Edge of Fate, so if you are brand new to the game, definitely jump in and get this weapon with Eager Edge, because it's going to save you so much time in certain activities, because you're just going to be able to speedrun those things a hell of a lot faster. Alongside that, Burning Ambition, this is the first sword that can get this, so that might be good for anybody else running a solar build this season, especially thanks to all the solar-based artifact mods that we have in the artifact, so definitely going to be worth getting. For my personal god roll, I'm looking for Relentless Strikes alongside Burning Ambition and Eager Edge on one roll. Attrition Orbs as well is going to be pretty darn decent just for that free orb generation, but Relentless with the free ammo is just going to be a much, much better overall pick. Assassin's Blade could also be pretty decent, with Sword Final Blows boosting movement speed and damage. That might be good for just a general ad clear, but you're not really using swords for ad clear. These things are mainly used for either movement with Eager Edge or just straight up damage. Now, alongside that, you can get Surrounded on this thing, but I feel like Surrounded is a very, very situational perk as it is, and really shouldn't be that prioritized on this sword in particular. Now, that being said, it is a wave frame sword, and I'm not the most up to date on my different frame swords in terms of how much damage they do, but generally speaking, Surrounded does require a very specific environment to be activated, and can only really be activated in like a very few number of encounters and things like raids and dungeons. So, my humble opinion, go for something like Burning Ambition instead for that free Scorch and Ignition procs. With that said though, that is it for this brand new event. Overall, it's an okay event, it's nothing crazy. I am hearing they were able to get tier 5 loot from this event, so that's much better than what we had with the first Arms Week event, where you were locked at tier 4 minimum, but I feel like the tier 5s are only dropping for those at 450 power, so it's not going to be like the Solstice event was, where you're just going to be getting a whole load of tiered loot that is above your current acquirable tiered loot. So if you're at 400 power, be expected to only get tier 4 loot compared to consistent tier 5s that you were getting in the Solstice event. In terms of the reward drops, they do seem pretty decent, at least from the couple games I played. I got 2 weapon drops from my first win, so that was pretty nice, and the rolls on them weren't too bad either. So I'm now just really looking for that Burning Ambition sword roll, and then I'm pretty much done with this event. And yeah, we only have one more week left until Ash and Iron comes out, which is just going to be adding even more content and even more loot to go and chase. And we also have the Renegades expansion reveal stream happening on that same Tuesday, the same Tuesday launching with Ash and Iron. So be sure to stick around to the channel because I'll be covering everything that we learn within that live stream. With that said though, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, I'd very much appreciate it. But with that said, hope you enjoyed and I'll see you all in the next one.